Peace, love, and light. Peace, love, and light. Shout out Solo Human. Solo Human, bro. This picture is crazy. I mean, off the rip, you see the giant face being projected right here with the two illuminated eyes, the nose, the mouth, and the head. It looks like the Olmec statue. Check that out, folks. Now I'm going to zoom out, give you the picture in full perspective. And now I'm going to drop down the contrast. Now just take a look at the face. This is what's being projected. Wherever you live at, it's crazy there, bro. See the eyes, the nose, the mouth, the head. I mean, that's just, wow. Check that out, folks. And these are massive, massive ships. Now we're going to pull the light back to normal. And then we're going to zoom in on some of the anomalies. Okay? And of course, we're going to drop the light so you can see. You see all the structure? Massive ship. Massive craft. Structure and detail. Let's pull down the light. See if some of this geometry will shoot out. Look at that, folks. Look at all the structure that's in this giant craft. It's engulfing the whole sky. Now, let's see here. Let's bring that back out. Pull the contrast back to normal. And we're going to zoom in. Okay, here we go. Now just take a look at that. The ship stretches across the whole horizon. And a smaller craft all around it. Everything that's basically dark or black is a structure or a ship. I'm going to zoom in right here to show you the detail that's in the craft. You see it, folks? That's geometry. That can't be natural inside cloud formations, and you just think that's water vapor. And it's blocking out visible light. And we're going to zoom out, and then we're going to take down the bright. You see what appears to be black spots that look like windows. You can see the structure. Let's pull up the light. Yeah, folks. And then you have these other craft up here. Shout out Solo Human. This picture is crazy, bro. Look at all the detail. I mean, you have to see all this geometry and structure that's in this thing. The inverted pyramid. Mechanics. Giant flying vessel, folks. Look at this part, or the section of the craft. Now we're going to pull down the light so you can see the detail and design. Look at this. This is a complete oval with a section right there. Straight line. This is the ship, my people. I'm showing you the contour and the bends and the lines of the craft. And we're going to zoom in right here. Yeah, looks like some type of being. Pull the light down a little bit more. See him right there. Now let's go out. Let the face resonate. The illuminated eyes is what's getting me. That's just so crazy. Moving on. Solo Human again. Same shot. Different stuff happening. I want to direct your attention to this right here. Now I'm going to zoom in on it. You see it, folks? That's a vessel. That's a craft. Perfectly cloaked. Camouflage is real. You could be out in the forest and have lizards and all types of stick bugs right next to you, and you would never see them because they blend in so perfectly. You see how this thing is blending in? Look at the geometry in this craft. Now we're going to zoom in and I'm going to pull down the contrast. You see it, folks? I'll zoom in right here to show you that's a machine. Pull up the light to show you some of the entities that are hanging on and around it. See that guy right there? We're going to try to zoom in on his face without it getting too grainy. Sam? And then look at this craft right here, folks. Look at the geometry and structure in that. And look at all the entities that are coming out from under it. I'm going to zoom in and show you. You see him? All around. Just take a look at this. You can't possibly think that this is normal. Okay, it's an entity right there, one right there, and the front of this so-called craft is organic. It has an animal face on it. I'm going to zoom in and show you. It has the face of a bird or an eagle, or the dragon. Some would say the dragon because of this appendage coming off the back of the ear, the eye, and the mouth. And let's hold that in tight. Pull down the light. See it, folks? This is the craft. And then we have an entity there and one there. I'll zoom in. You see that giant nose, eye, head, crazy looking face, mouth open. And then let's go to the dragon's face. You see his eye, you see his mouth, and you see his ear. And then look at the detail and structure that's under the craft. Unbelievable stuff, folks. Look at that. All these dark spots that are blocking out light are ships. I'm going to zoom into this one right here. And you can see the detail in it. Now, come on. You can't possibly think that that's organic. That's some type of cloud. That's a machine. That's sleek, pointed, aerodynamic. And you can see the mechanics in a section off to the side of it. I'm going to hold that in. Then I'm going to pull down the bright so you can see it. Pull it back up. And then zoom out for perspective. Yeah. Crazy, folks. Look at this craft down here. I mean, it's so blended in, you barely can recognize it. But it's a giant ship. You can see the machine parts of it. Windows and openings and lights illuminated in it. Not breaks in the sunlight. Okay? Look at this structure here. How can you get this? Let me pull down the bright. You see that, folks? No way in the world that could be organic. And let's zoom in on this. Some type of craft or light being. Not a break in the clouds. Structure, detail. Crazy looking face on the front. You already know, subscriber picks and breakdowns. All new. Somebody gonna try to tell me that's a natural formation there? I mean, come on. This stuff is so crazy. Look, pyramids everywhere. Everywhere. Ships cloaked up in the mist and the fog. Let's just hold that there. Beautiful, beautiful shot. This ship right here is so massive it don't make sense. Look at this. Cockpit. You see the structure in it. The detail. Look at the point on that one. Peace, love, and light, folks. Peace, love, and light. You already know. I'm going in. Let's pull the dragon's face back in. Where was it? Might have been the other shot. But it's just amazing to see. Let's look at that, people. And that's the other shot. Solo human, boy. You got some crazy, crazy pictures. That face is crazy. Moving on. Shout out Nate Moody. Let's pull the light up in this shot. Because she sent me this picture and said she took this and she can see like interdimensional beings and the faces in it. Let's pull the zoom out. Okay. That's a little better. Now, let's pull in this character right here. Matter of fact, let's pull the zoom back in. And just leave that right where it's at. Let it focus in. And then we're going to pull the contrast down. And you can see some of the entities that pop out. Some of the faces. Shout out Nate Moody. You see this creature right here. Eyes, nose, mouth, ear, head. Now let's pull down the light. See him? Look like he has some type of tribal marks on the side of his face. Here's his eyes. Here's his nose and mouth. Okay, let's go on some more. Doing it right off the cuff. This face at the bottom, of course, clearly stands out because the eyes are so distinctive. I mean, I'm literally taking you right into the eyes. Catching a little reflection from the outside light source. So bear with me, folks. But that face is right there. And then this guy right here looks like the stereotypical gray. Elongated neck. Here's his body. Eyes, head. And he has something on his head. Looks like it's covering his third eye. Let's zoom out on that a little bit so it can give you great perspective. And adjust the contrast. You see them? Yeah, folks. Crazy stuff. Look at this entity right here. Let's pull the light down so his face will pop out. Matter of fact, I'm going to have to do the extreme zoom in and then zoom out onto the device. He's right here. I mean, you see that face right there also. Big bug eyes. But let's let that zoom in and then pull down the contrast. Shout out Nate Moody. Craziness, my folks. Look at all the beings and entities. While it's at a distance, I'm going to point them out. One there, one there, one there, there. Off to the side there. Now I'm just going to let that picture resonate. Moving on. The next shot. Shout out Nate Moody. Look at this creature that looks like an elephant, folks. You see his head? Here's his eyes. And this is his crazy looking nose coming down. Looks like the creature this guy on YouTube talked about, called the Dario, that live inside hollow earth or in the earth or under the ground. I'm gonna zoom in on the eye right here to let you see, to show you that that's not a fluke. Okay. Now that's an extreme zoom in on the eyes. And look at that eye there, staring right at you. Now let's zoom out. And then you can see the being right here. And you see his crazy elongated nose, looks like a baby elephant. Now I'm going to play with the bright. Zoom in on him. I mean, you literally can see the eyelid. Still see him. Back to the normal light. And then let's zoom out. Take a peek at some more of these faces that are popping out through the dimensions, through the ether. Look at that, folks. Head, eyes, crazy looking mustache, nose. Look at these two faces here. Craziness, folks. But that's the main one there. I'm gonna pull the bright down, let it focus in. Peace, love, and light. Appreciate everybody that checks these videos out. Like, share, and subscribe. Shout out Nate Moody. Craziness. Entities and beings everywhere. Moving on. Now check this picture out, folks. This is a little whited out, but then we play with the contrast and you take a peek yourself. Okay? Now this picture is from Skylard Atherley. Crazy, crazy pictures, bro. I don't know where you living at. This looked like Hawaii to me from the other shots that you sent. But look at this being right here. Arm up. Everything. I mean, come on. Head. Face. Let's zoom in on the face. Pull down the light, folks. Look at the solid line that's going around his head. I mean, it's crazy. Now let's back this up. Look at that, folks. Pull down the bright. Massive craft. And the being is on the outside of it right there. Now, I'm going to zoom that out and show you the picture, the full shot. Unbelievable. Take a look at that, folks. That's not a cloud. That's a ship. It's pointed and aerodynamic, and it has a hard, solid line going across the top of it. And you can see the sections in it. I mean, this is wild. Now, let's look at the part of the ship right here. Let's pull down a contrast. You see it? Look at this entity right here. I'm going to zoom in on him. Looks like E.T. Now let's pull down the contrast a little bit. Get him to come through. You see him? Massive head. Eyes. You can see light shining off the top of his head when I take down the brightness. Still see him. Yeah. Now back to this person right here, or entity. Take a look at that, folks, and you see the entity that's standing right next to him. I'll zoom in on him, or it. See the eyes? See the nose very faint, coming down into the mouth. Yeah, folks, not making it up. It's there. And you see that guy right there. Looks like he's wearing a helmet. And it has the metal split coming down the bridge of the nose, and the eyes are exposed. Shout out Skylard Atherley. Got some crazy pics, bro. I appreciate it all. Just letting that resonate. Moving on. Skylard again. Check this out, folks. Look, just look at this shot. This looks like it was taken on the side of a mountain. Right? Watch when I pull down the contrast. Do you see that? It's a ship here that's an entity. An entity here, another one here, and the main craft is here. And it's a person sitting right here also. It looks like this is sliding down a side of the mountain. I mean, it's amazing. You can see the craft in there. Now, let's zoom in on this entity right here. I want to show y'all something, folks. Do you see that? No way in the world that's a piece of a cloud that's just floating in the sky. I mean, you can see the detail and structure in this thing. The point on the front. Look at the underbelly of it. You can see the machine parts and mechanics. I'm going to zoom in on it. See it, folks? I mean, that's crazy. This brother knew what he was doing when he took this photo. Now look at this. And this. Let's bring up the light. There we go. I mean, it literally looks like that's slithering up the side of the mountain. And another creature, organic creature. I mean, you can see the eyeball right there. And you see how it's moving. It's like swimming through our atmosphere. Let's zoom in so there could be no doubt. You see the eye of the entity, the being. You see how his body is pointed and folded at the end. That's organic, folks. Spiritual, supernatural. And then let's go to this craft right here. Let's pull down the contrast. Okay, let's zoom it out a little bit. No, that's not gonna work. Okay, we're gonna do it right there. Let it focus. And you're gonna see this is the vessel. And it has a face on the front of it. I'm going to zoom in to see if it will translate. You see it starting to come in? Let's zoom in a little more and then pull down the contrast. You see it, folks? It might be kind of hard to translate through, but I'm trying to give you the best visual. And it's an entity right here also. I'll outline. And let's see. We have another group of entities that are sitting on the vessel right here. You can see the heads, tops of their heads. It's a little hard to pick up because this picture is really washed out. But great shot though. Off the side of the mountain looks like Hawaii. And look at this, folks. What in nature can make this shape? I mean, that's a UFO craft right in your face. Look at that. Spiritual. These ships are organic. They change shape. They can turn into animals. I've seen it all. Yeah. It's crazy stuff, folks. It's only going to get crazier. Now check this out. Look at this entity sitting on the side of the craft. See him? See the eyes. I don't have to explain it. You see his head. Shout out Skylard Atherley again. Look at the massive craft coming in that they're sitting on. Look at that, folks. That is crazy. You can see the detail and structure in it. And then the entity sitting right on it. And you already know, subscriber picks and breakdowns. We gonna get them in, folks. Yeah. Look at the entities that are sitting in there. I'll pull down the light. Massive structure. Another entity. And you see the ships. Everything that's black is a craft. Now I want to show y'all this, right? Check this out. While we have the Bible, right? Here's the male bull on this end with the horns, and here's his face. And then we have the female cow on this end. I'm going to zoom in on the bull first and foremost. This is the Bible. The bull with two heads. You see his horns coming out. Here's his face. You can see his eye and mouth. Now I'm gonna keep that there, and I'm gonna pull the light down. You can see that for yourself. Now I'm gonna zoom out right there and show you where he is and where it is in perspective. You see it? That's the male head of the bull, and this is the body. You see the giant body, and then we come here, and then we look at this end. It's a cow's face. Unbelievable. Now let's pull that out so you can see it. The cow, the bull. Now you can't tell me this is not supernatural. Look at the picture, folks. Look how all this mist is coming off of the mountain. And then you have the